what was that saying you said earlier? Like, as far as like, motherfuckers working so hard to get in, but yet the other ones working so hard to get out.
Yeah, I just said on Twitter, like, it's a crazy thing that, like, the hood is a place where everybody on the inside want to get out, everybody on the outside want to get in. You know
shit,
what I'm saying?
Y'all can have that shit.
And every motherfucker from the suburbs want to be from the hood. Every motherfucker from the hood is trying to get out there. Like, nigga, I'm trying to get to a better place.
Now, so when you say from the suburbs, right?
Yeah.
And this is kind of switching the topic. What is wrong with saying that's where you from? Like what is wrong? And don't get me wrong, because I grew up saying like, man, nigga, you ain't from Chicago, you from Dalton. You know what I'm saying? I grew up saying it, but I never understood why I said it. It was like, well, I understood why I said it because I felt like you don't know what the fuck is going on in these inner city neighborhoods,
right?
For you to make it seem that you're from these inner city neighborhoods,
right?
And so I get that, but the inner city, the people who are from the suburbs, you ain't just because you from the suburbs. Because I've met niggas from the suburbs that was far from bitches. Like these niggas, these niggas was on some shit too,
right?
So it's like, being from the suburbs don't automatically mean you a bitch. Now it don't automatically mean you a bitch. It don't automatically mean you ain't about shit. But it's just this stigma on it that's like, nah, I can't be from the suburbs because that ain't.
Yeah, and a nigga that's not a bitch, that's really on some shit, that's from the suburbs, he gonna claim that he from that, bro. Because he gonna like, nigga, yeah, I'm from here. What's up? Exactly. And I'll show you how we get down, type shit. Niggas from Harvey claiming that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like. But it's niggas who from these other areas who not on shit who want to say they from Chicago, and it's like, oh, why that motherfuckers be saying why we get so offended? Like I have a conversation with my frat brother all the time. He from East St. Louis. You know what I'm saying? And his type of poverty was different. Like it wasn't like you know what I'm saying, his mom Korean, all this, so Vietnamese and all this. So it's just like his type of poverty was different. Like he was in the hood like everybody else, but he was like another level of poor, bro.
Gotcha. Yep.
And he always be like, but he don't have that. Even though he grew up in East St. Louis, he's mixed and all that, so he don't have that hood mind state that we got. So he like, bro, it's like y'all fighting for poverty. Like who's more poor and shit like that. And my thing always was like, bro, the reason why niggas hold Chicago so close to heart, motherfuckers from the suburbs wouldn't even really seem like they weren't claiming that shit like that. Maybe it was I feel like when Keith and them came out, everybody was like, I'm from Chicago. Exactly. But it might have been that's around the same time I went to college. So that was the first time I was around all these suburb motherfuckers and hearing them say. Because when I was in the city, I didn't see suburb niggas to hear niggas say he was from Chicago. Every nigga I was around was really from Chicago.
It didn't get to that until you actually went to SIU.
Now I'm around these niggas.
Motherfuckers like, where you from? I'm from Chicago. True. Where you grew up at? Oh shit. You know, I grew up in the Hundreds. I went to Brooks.
No, Brooks valid. Brooks valid though.
No. But they not from like Roseland area.
A nigga it be them niggas that went to Flossmoor and TF talking about they from the city, bro. Like that's all the way.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's like this though. The reason why we hold it, in the Toby Lute interview just was like, I look at it like it's all one big place. I'm like, nah, nigga. The reason we hold it so close to heart is because like, whether you a hood nigga or not, it's shit you gotta do. If your mama ain't dropping you off at school, and if you a young black male and you go to a Chicago high school, a good school, Simeon was not bad on the inside. It was fights and shit, but it wasn't that bad on the inside of Simeon. It was the shit that happened after school, walking up 79th, having Hirsch hopping off the bus playing, point him out, knock him out. Just being on the 9 after school, like whether you was a hood nigga or not, you had to deal with that shit.
You had to deal with it.
Whether you was the softest nigga in the school getting jumped on, you had to deal with that shit, bro. So it's just like
you got the audacity
to claim in the city, bro.
You got the audacity to claim an area that you've never had to deal with.
Yeah, bro. And then this is another thing too. It was a stats that came out that said 85% of all homicides in Chicago happened in 4 areas, bro. One area was like North Lawndale over out west, and then the other 3 was all on the south side. It was like Inglewood, like over east, and like Chatham or Auburn Gresham. There was some area in there. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like 85% of all murders. So if you stay in those neighborhoods during those years, it might have been 200 murders in your 4-block radius. So whether you knew these people or you saw the shit, I was teaching summer school.
The shit was going on.
Yeah, bro, I was teaching summer school. I had 4th through 8th graders in there. It was 4th of July weekend and summer school's a 3-day weekend, bro. They come back. damn near every kid in that class was like, I was at the park and seen a nigga get whacked for the first time, motherfucker in 4th grade. They all had to walk past, a nigga got killed on the corner from school. They all had to walk up to the school and see the memorial. And one of the niggas like, that's a nigga who just graduated from here dead. We see this nigga every day. And the rest of them was like, bro, we just seen a nigga get whacked at the park. And another nigga was like, my cousin got whacked. You know what I'm saying? So they all, and this
over 4th of July weekend.
Bro, this West Inglewood, this on like 63rd and Sealy over that Earl Elementary School. Yeah. So it's just like, bro, being from the city, you gonna see some shit, some traumatic shit. You know what I'm saying? Or go through some traumatic shit that niggas out there not going through. That's why we hold it so close to heart. Even if you're not a hood nigga, you just dealt with some shit, bro. You know what I'm saying?
You know what's so funny is they don't know why they do it, but white people do it too.
For real?
Gee, so
I think they do it, but
I think it's just like a trickle down effect of just being like proud of being from the inner city. Man, we got our own reasons because of the shit we went through.
Right.
But I've seen a white person tell another white person like
you ain't from the city.
You ain't from the city, G. Right. That shit was so funny and wild, G.
That
shit was so real. Like the little white girl was scared. Not scared, but she was embarrassed when the dude asked her where she was from.
Right.
Cause I went out to like it was like a happy hour or some work, and people from the Chicago office came to Cincinnati.
Right.
So people from the Chicago office came to Cincinnati. You know, we went out to eat. We went to a happy hour. One of the dudes, he from where the fuck is he from? He's from up north. I forget the area. He's from up north. Damn near over there by like Loyola or something like that. He grew up like in that area.
Right.
So, you know, that's considered inner city. So, well, not considered. That is inner city. So the little girl from like Schaumburg or some shit.
Right.
So they everybody like, oh, where'd you grow up? And he like, oh, you know, I grew up in Chicago. She's like, oh, me too. He was like, oh, what's that? That's what she fucked up. Right. She knew she fucked up when he said that because he said, what's that? Motherfucker say, what side you grow up on? You can assume like, all right, this motherfucker really from the inner city.
Yeah.
So he's like, oh, what side did you grow up on? And he asked me like, what side did you grow up on? I was like, South Side. And he knew exactly where I was like, University of Chicago. He was like, oh, yeah, like knew exactly. He knew where Hat Park was and everything. Right. So he was like, what side you grow up from? She was like, well, I went to school in Schaumburg. He was like, you're not from Chicago. Like,
damn, I hate a shy bitch.
G, that shit was so fucking funny, G. He shitted on her. Her face dropped. She was just like, well, yeah, I just say Chicago because the greater Chicago area and don't nobody know about Schaumburg.
Nah,
I'm like, G.
I'm not going to lie. I fuck with you. Where was y'all at when that happened?
We was in Cincinnati at the bar. Yeah.
So I fuck with that, though. I ain't mad at that. And the reason why I say that is this, like, I know people who, when we was at SIU, they got tired of explaining to people from St. Louis what they suburb was.
Yeah, okay.
So it's just like, if I'm with my nigga, like, shout out to my nigga JP, he from Aurora. Mm-hmm. If we out in Atlanta somewhere and the nigga like, where you from? And he say Chicago, I ain't tripping because like, if you say Aurora, they're gonna be like, what the fuck is Aurora?
What the fuck is Aurora?
You know what I'm saying? You might not feel like explaining that. So it's just like, I don't have no problem with that. But if we around a bunch of niggas from Chicago,
JP
say
Aurora.
Where the fuck you really from?
Yeah.
Like my homie Ro.
But JP ain't never shied away from that. He funny as hell with it.
JP told me he was on some playing shit.
He told you from Halstead.
I'm from 87 and Halstead. I'm like, bro.
Not Halstead. He pronounced it Halstead. That's how I knew he fucked up.
Like, bro, it's probably like 7 houses on that block, bro. Like, I'm like, all right. So, but the thing is though, bro, like, you know, with all of this shit, I kind of lost my train of thought. But it's all about, you know what I'm saying, who you around. Like my homie, I got a homie, Ro. Mm-hmm. He played football at SIU, and he from this place called Winter Garden in Florida. Mm-hmm. And when I asked him where he from, he was like, I'm from Orlando. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, all right.
And Winter Garden is right outside Orlando. When I asked him where he from, he was like, I'm from Orlando, and he just left it at that. When I was following him on social media, everything Winter Garden. I'm like, damn, well, that's a hood or something? He like, nah, that's right outside Orlando. But so it's just like he claiming his shit though. He claiming Winter Garden.
Exactly.
He's just gonna say it's an out of town nigga.
He gonna say Orlando like, just so he ain't got to go through the extra motions.
Yeah, but when he in town, it's like he repping his shit.
Gotcha.
In Chicago, people don't do that,
They
bro.
don't. They say
Niggas
Chicago.
be trying to say I'm from the city and try to claim they grandma block that they never really. No nigga on that block know who the fuck you is, bro.
I've legit had a nigga tell me, I forget exactly what he said he grew up, but basically there's no BDs over there. Right. None whatsoever. like none, like, you know, the whole suburbs is basically GD. Right. Just cause, like, it's like, well, what's the easiest, most popular gang say you from? We just gonna say GD. Yeah. So everybody from the suburbs from GD. You just wake up one morning GD. So
every third grader like who want to be in a gang, they just
exactly
the easiest handshake to learn, blue and black, like all that shit.
I damn near like, you know, don't nobody just say they BD. Like I've just never known people to just say they was BD. Like when you BD and when you stone, it's a good chance you really BD and stone.
Nah, niggas lie on stones. I mean, over here they do.
So, but from what I know, because every stone I know, they older, they still a little structured or whatever the case may be. So it's like it's held more closely. So he like, yeah, you know, where you from? And he kept it real as far as where he was from. He ain't say Chicago. I want to say he said Calumet City or something like that.
Right.
But when he told me, I was like, man, I don't think there's no BDs over there. Right. So I'm like, what, you a BD from over there? He like, nah. He like, nah, I'm BD from, what the fuck did he say? He said he was BD, I think from over there on 51st. Right. And I'm like,
51st?
In my head, I'm like, wait, you BD? Like, you move? Right. You moved to this? Nah, my brother and them BD from over there.
51st or what, though?
I think like Dorchester. Ain't that where BD's at? Right behind Cottage Grove?
I don't know.
Anyway.
When I think about 51st and Cottage, I'm thinking about the MCs and all that shit over there.
Nah, well, either way, the nigga was saying he was BD from over there. All right. I don't know exactly what area. I just know that's the area he was basically telling me he's BD from. Right. So I'm like, I'm like, well, you moved to the suburb? Nah, you know, my brother and them BD from over there. And I'm like, so is your brother and them BD from over there or is you BD from over there? He like, well, shit, you know, I'm BD. I'm like, my brother. I'm like, bro, like don't like, this is what's crazy. It's one thing to say that you from a gang, but it's another thing to parade it that you from a gang around people you don't know shit about.
Exactly.
Like, you could come into a room and be like, yeah, I'm BD. How you know these niggas ain't into it with BDs? And no matter where the fuck you from, they own that with you.
Exactly.
Like, you think it's cool to be tough, and it's easy to be tough in a safe space. Right. If your ass went to the county, I guarantee you wouldn't say you was BD from Calumet City. Right. What you is, I don't gangbang. Like, I ain't affiliated. Yeah. Keep that same energy, because this motherfuckers out here that will get on that and be like, oh, you BD? What up? Woo, did now you got to explain yourself. Right. Now you, no, you know, but I ain't on shit. You know, but you BD though. What? No, you know, my brother and them BD from over there. Now you saying my brother and them BD from over there. Like, keep that same energy, G. Like, it like, motherfuckers like you said, become a part of a gang because they look at it as like there's no other option or there's no other safe space or way out. So I have to be part of this gang. For you to disrespect that and think it's cool to just wake up one day and be a part of this gang and say you from this area, yet you wouldn't even stand outside of that motherfucking area if somebody paid you to do the shit. Right. Like, don't do that shit, G. And this all just goes back full circle to that. Motherfuckers are sitting up here saying, and they I'm bringing it back full circle to the whole Tekashi thing. That's exactly what he was doing. Right. And it's even worse because he was told to do that. If he chose to make that stupid ass decision, which he did in a way, cool. But then the niggas above him said, we gonna allow you to do it, and we gonna even put more sauce on it. We backing the shit you do. You sit up here saying blood crazy and all this and that, and we sitting up here saying like, yeah, he mean that shit. And he ain't no hoe. What up? And now y'all mad.
Right. And my thing, just closing it out, the whole message of this shit, man, is like, you do not have to be a hood nigga and a real nigga is two completely different things. There's some hood niggas that's not real niggas.
That's not real.
And it was just like Jarvis was saying last night. He's like, yeah, you can fuck with a hood nigga who, you know what I'm saying, the police pull up and he like, hey, throw this shit in your purse.
Exactly.
That's a hood nigga. And he was like, it could be another hood nigga when the police pull up and he'll never put you in that position because he know you're not from that type of lifestyle.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a difference between a hood nigga and a real nigga. And you could be a real nigga and still be tough. First of all, niggas, you don't have to be tough. That's another thing too. You don't have to be tough. Nigga, as long as you know how to defend yourself and you not letting a nigga bitch you, that's not even being tough. Like, that's just being a man. You don't have to be tough. But even if you is a tough nigga, you don't need a gang affiliation. You don't need to be from a particular place. You don't need to do nothing fraudulent to be who the fuck you want to be, bro, and to get respect. You don't have to do nothing fraudulent to get respect, bro. Nothing, bro. No matter what circle you walk into, no matter who you around, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just don't, G.
I kind of want to see, because like you say, it all changes with this whole, you said the youth changes with rap, right?
Absolutely.
So now it's like on that emo shit, right? It's on that emo shit. People are...
Even the emo niggas tough, though.
That's what I was about to say.
Even Juice WRLD talking about he a whack a motherfucker.
So that's exactly what I was finna get at. So even the emo niggas are tough.
Drake will break your fucking collarbone.
Oh, you need what he say? Hit the lights, crap round the block, like so.
Drake sliding on niggas.
But that's what I'm saying. But now it's more so. It almost seemed like niggas are starting to push individual savageness.
Yeah, I guess so.
They trying to push in. So it's gonna be interesting to see where that go, because if you push individual savageness, you ain't gonna have no choice at some point but to show that shit. It's easy to be tough behind a group.
It's all gonna end your ass up in the same place.
Very true, but it's easy to be tough behind a group.
Right.
It could be you in a group of non-tough niggas and y'all all say we tough as hell. Right. But now that motherfuckers pushing that individual side, look, I ain't no gang. I ain't in no gang. I ain't this, but I'll blow your motherfucking head off. So now the youth is seeing that. And now they trying to, I ain't no gang, but I ain't no whole ass nigga. I got guns and shit, and I got all this. You gonna have to prove yourself a lot quicker than you would if you claim to be part of a group or claim to be in a group of niggas who was tough and they really not. Yeah. So that's gonna be interesting to see. It's a lot of niggas out here who on some individual savage shit or claim to be on some individual savage shit. When they back against that motherfucker wall, it's gonna be like a Tekashi. When they back is against the wall, it's gonna be interesting to see how far they willing to go to prove that's who they is.
Yeah, I agree 100%. But wrapping this up, man, we definitely appreciate y'all for listening. Shout out to everybody.
And if y'all haven't noticed, I'm back, baby. It's been a little minute, man.
Shout out to this nigga. Shout out to Larry.
Introduce me. Introduce me, nigga.
Bro, I'm not introducing you. A fucking.
You can put it on in the beginning.
A founder of. No, I'm not introducing you, bro. They know who you are. You're not a fucking guest, nigga. They know who you are. I ain't introduced my damn self. They know what's up at this point, man. This is episode 50 or some shit.
That's the way I get treated.
Nigga, shut the fuck up. Shout out to Larry Salon. Shout out to Face and Larry Salon for letting us use the venue. Shout out to Bring It Brat. Follow her at Bring It Brat _. Shout out to who else? Shout out to Bitches and Hoes. They know all the brother knows. We just had that season premiere last night.
Shout out to Young, James, and Benny. What do you say? Benny Chase.
Benny, aka Benny everything. So
all the Bennies. Benny Chase.
Shout out to them. Shout out to Tip Fest, Gas Fest. We was there yesterday. Shout out to Damon for giving us the opportunity on that.
Very true. Great event. Looking forward to doing more. Yeah, definitely just looking forward to doing more events.
Yeah,
a lot more going on.
So yeah, check us out if you listening right now. Whatever you listening on, just know we on YouTube, Apple, Google Play, SoundCloud, Spotify, iHeartRadio, all of that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? So we trying to get major, man.
And we will be doing a very entertaining and fun fundraiser coming up for back to like a toy drive, a Christmas toy drive. So just keep your eyes open for that. You know, it'll be coming soon. What else? We got anything else going on?
That's about it, man. That's about it.
All right.
Why does it always have to end up like this? 'Cause you's a bitch.